a big fly.
Unknown transforming robot. It's probably shit, but if I just been a quid, it really won't matter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here back from the Transformation Review thingy. Lots to see and do and tell tonight. First of all, this is really good, and I'm really enjoying it. Banzai-Tron. That's why I'm wearing green tonight. It's not really why I'm wearing green. It's because it's auto assembly. I have this thing now where I sit down and I'm about to review a bot or whatever, and I've usually chosen the bot some hours previously, not always, but. And then I sit down and I turn on the camera and go, oh, I need to put on a funkier t-shirt because I'm wearing something really dull. And it only occurred to me whenever Dorian said, Ray, you're wearing a dull t-shirt. It doesn't suit you at all. So, I really did, Dorian. I took it on board. Since you said that comment to me, and no word of a lie, anytime I sat down and I'm wearing a dark black or dark gray or dark blue t-shirt or a black t-shirt, then I go and change it and put on something a little more colourful just because that's what you expect from me and that's what I expect from me. Banzai-Tron. I'm showing you two Banzai-Tron tonight, and then something that I want to see repainted as Banzai-Tron. Something that's this close to being Banzai-Tron already. And indeed, all you'd have to say is, it's not actually, it's Banzai-Tron. Keep you a little bit in suspense. Oh, yes. Yes, I really do keep all that stuff in a bag, all the missiles. Hold on, I'll get it. So I have a bag of missiles and guns, and it's mostly G1, G1, some and Unicron trilogy kind of thing, and Beast Wars. It's all there. You can see. They would just look there. Recognize that, anybody? Who owns those parts? I'm not going to tell you who owns those parts. You must know. You must know who owns those parts. I'm sure half a dozen of you all know. There we go. Everything else is in a bag. No word of a lie. Just to take something at random here. Here we go. Look at I've got Up and Primal Prime, Armada, Skywarp, Starscream, Thundercrack, Universe, Ramjet, Energon, Optimus, Primal, Missile. They all are there. That's a for example. Yes, they're all in there. I really do keep them in the bag because otherwise they go wonky. So I'm rejigging a shelf. Where is it? Somewhere. Anyway, I'm selling a few things because it's auto assembly season and I want as much money as possible. So I've pulled all. I'm not selling anything that I don't already have. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be selling yet, or exactly what it's going to look like. I'm not kind of directing you towards my eBay page, but actually maybe I will do that. But that wasn't the purpose for this. I'm going to be selling mostly bots, but here's something I am going to be selling, and I'm going to show you this. I came across this in a charity shop many years ago back home, and I've since found out that the 50p I spent for it was very well spent. It's now worth an awful lot of money. Any Thundercats, any G1 Thundercats people out there who want to make a reasonable offer or an exchange for this, let me know. I will accept an exchange, a swap. I have a few things in mind, but if there are any Thundercats fans out there and they just had a little bit of apoplexy, I'm going to be selling this guy soon. You may wait till eBay, and I'll let you know where it is on eBay. So first of all, no, that's not first of all. That was first of all. This is about third of all, isn't it? Excuse me, I'm going to have a sip of this. It's really good. I might need to put the lights on. Hold on a second. Yes, that's improved things no end. Banzai-Tron. I'll give you a little bit of BG here, not enough to do you any harm. They're on the wash, by the way, Xavier. It was... No. Yes, it was Xavier. That's right, I got it right. It's not Javier, it's Xavier. Banzai-Tron. Character, interesting, etc. Banzai-Tron is an entrepreneurial martial artist. Being a master of... Crystallocution. Banzai-Tron can dismantle an opponent in seconds, only to sell the scrap later. Being very practical, he doesn't believe in the spiritual aspects of the martial arts background. Besides, the idea of higher power would really cramp his arrogant Banzai-Tron style. So, you all know who Banzai-Tron is. Yes, yeah, anybody, you know who Banzai-Tron is. Crystallocution. I'm not talking about the Action Master. I'm never talking about Action Masters. I'm talking about this guy. Yes, and he does have missiles, and they're all in that big bag. This is the shiz, ladies and gentlemen. This is the absolute shiz. He's a repaint of Energon Mirage. He again was also repainted. So I think this is the intermediate repaint of this guy. He's beautiful. What is he? He's a ship. He's a purple, green and grey ship. And he's got Cybertronian all along. And I can translate that for you today, ladies and gentlemen. No word of a lie. Because it's on TF Wiki. And if it's written there, I believe it. This reviewer believes it, absolutely. Because if Chris McFeely has had a hand in it, I believe it. That's just the way it is. Absolutely beautiful. Right, we've seen that. And you know this. Banzai-Tron. It kind of loathed. I was loath to get this. Not because I dislike the toy, not because I dislike the mold. I think the mold is amazing. But when he came out as Bludgeon, it was really, really, totally and utterly Bludgeon. And I got this guy because if I love a mold, then I'm going to get it again and again. You know, case in point, I've got 3 different versions of this. So this is a case in point, but he was so Bludgeon, really, wasn't he? It was almost like once they made a Banzai-Tron, and it's fantastic, it's fantastic. But once they made the Banzai-Tron version of it, it kind of pissed on fucking Bludgeon's chips a wee bit, you know what I mean? Going very Irish, I'll try and stop it. So, they have removed the little sound clip here. Sound clips I like. I don't really want them removed. I want them to stay. I don't mind it whenever they get rid of missiles. It has 4 firing missiles. 2 go there and 2 go there. He looks fine without them, he does. And I've got them. They're in a bag. Not the bag's over there. Sorry, I'm pointing to where I'm sitting. I'm not pointing to any... Because I'm sitting in a piano stool and it lifts up, and that's where I keep this stuff. I know you want it. I know you want it. 50p, 100 quid I can get for that. I can get 100 quid for that. So, I'm going to transform this guy on screen. First of all, I'm going to tell you what this shit says along the side. This shit says, it does actually say stuff. To the victor go the profits. Now, I don't know which way you want to read that, but it says, to the victor go the profits. Is that, is Cybertronian left or right? In which case it's, to the victor go the profits. And it says that on either side. Now, he has a big old kind of boat warship thing, but I'll tell you what's interesting about this guy. He looks like he could submerge. You know, he's kind of an Uber sub. Does that exist, an Uber sub? I don't know. He's like an Uber sub. He could float, certainly, and he could move at a rate of knots, but he could also, you know, and he could sail along the bottom. I think he could do that. And he could do this. This is his hyper mode. He's got a couple of different variants of the hyper mode. He's also got a lot of strange little things in the mold that are kind of that seem to be a little redundant. Now, is that the hyper mode? This may well be the hyper mode, right? That, which is, I've made him look really silly. I don't think that's the hyper mode exactly, but otherwise, right? Let me just show you. I've just removed them from this amber sections here, right? Okay, I've removed it because otherwise you have no call to do so. Otherwise, there's no reason why this section, which is I don't know what you call that part of a ship, the boogie, whatever you call it. There's no reason why that should attach from there. That's the thing. Why? I never understood that. So the hyper mode actually isn't this, right? With this odd batwing thing, and it does make him look a little silly. But the hyper mode, now I have to reconnect this shit. I have to reconnect this. to there. The hyper mode is that, right? Okay, and that's all right, you know. That's, I believe that is the official hyper mode. It's okay. Now you can fly as well as everything else. I can believe that. I can believe that. But otherwise, you'll see during transformation when bits will pop off. They will pop their asses right off those ball joints, because that's going to happen. There's no reason for this to detach from this, which it does. No reason. Now, I've said no reason quite a few times. I'll go ahead and transform him, shall I? He is a very beautiful Banzai-Tron. He is a martial artist. He's a master of that thing. Let me see if I got that right. No, sorry, I'm eating my words. I'm eating my evil, filthy, wrong words. Yes, of course, it does have to detach from there. That's not what I meant to say. That's not what I meant to say. Right. But don't worry, that point is still valid. That point is still valid. Now, the transformation is involved. There's an awful lot of stuff which needs to spin 180 degrees and then reattach. And lots of waste stuff that happens. Anyway, you'll see what I mean. There are three, if you like this mold, ladies and gentlemen, there are 3 different versions of this, honey. I'm trying to transform him and not have stuff pop off him. I'm trying to do that, right? I will try my very best. And I see you can extend them all the way out there. This is an interesting thing. Look at that there. You can go all the way out there. Battle platform, eh? Why not? That goes like that, I'm sure. And then turn somewhere. Turn somewhere. I'm scared. I don't want stuff to pop off. Now, I'm definitely going to do some things here. Stuff's going to pop off. Stuff's going to pop off. I don't want stuff to pop off. There you go. Stuff popped off. It was always going to happen, right? Because it's got ball joints. Anywhere that's the stuff. That's the shit that doesn't need to come off, right? That shit does not need to come off. That amber peg, that little amber sliding. It's just a sliding joint. I don't know. TF Wiki don't seem to allude to it either. Normally they know shit about shit. Normally they'd be able to say, well, the reason for that is because blah blah yakety schmackety, but I haven't found out why. Twist the waist 180 degrees. Now I think we can spin. We can do a bit more spinning. It really does. He opens out all over the shiz. Christ on a bicycle. Right, where am I going next? I'll deal with this here. I love the colours of this guy. We've got the purple. He's so Decepticon-y, isn't he? And he does resemble not Generation 1, but the Action Master. You know the Action Master freaking thing. Does anybody own any Action Masters? I don't have any Action. Should I get an Action Master? Which Action Master should I get? If I have to get one, because I've got a whole bunch of pretenders, and I don't care for those at all. I'm going to be selling some pretenders. They're mostly kind of unfinished pretender stuff, pretender shells and stuff like that. Stuff I've been knocking about for a while, and I've just grown a bit fed up with. And I thought, you know what? Someone who likes pretenders would be much better having these. So I'm going to do that as well. Now, you see, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Stay with me. Love the way his feet transform. You see this plastic, you see this kind of transparent, anywhere you've got this kind of transparent stuff, especially there, you see that transparent, watch out for it, because it doesn't like being touched. That Burning Beast convoy, someone sent me a message saying, just look after it, because, the whole kid glove syndrome, it doesn't like to be transformed, because I have found in the past that kind of plastic tends to be very, very brittle. Look at this. Minicom ports. What happens? Fists. Like a bit of fist action there. That's good. Yeah, that kind of plastic tends to be really brittle. It tends to snap. It tends to break really, really easily. We're very close to being finished. Look, again, it's come off. Why? Why does it need to come off? It's probably the same reason why the wings of Unicrons detach. All that stuff detaches. It's probably just easier to transform it when you take it off. I say probably, it completely is. Like Generation 1 Starscream, do you know the way all the Seekers, it says take off the wings, transform it, and then stick it back on. You don't actually need to do that, but it's a hell of a lot easier. Very nearly there. Now just try and get him in this sexy pose. He's full of wonderful colours. There he is. It is definitely a Banzai-Tron. It really is a Banzai-Tron. Absolutely lovely. Look at that sexy boy there. Right, I'm going to compare him with the other versions of this mold. Now first, the very first incarnation, who is of course Mirage. Ah, see, he does have a sound clip. It's an annoying sound clip actually, because it's one to go off and off and off and keep going off. This could already have been a Banzai-Tron. Obviously, they had a look at this guy and Botcon in their wisdom. When they get it right, they get it really right. They thought, who could he be repainted as? Or is it time we had a new Banzai-Tron? He was the obvious candidate. Now, this guy was already very, very sexy. And then after they made, I think it was after we had a Banzai-Tron, then we had this repaint of it. And this is it's even sexier. It's almost sexier than the Banzai-Tron. Nice. Dreadwing. I think it's Dreadwing. Dreadwing or Dreadwind. I always get those two guys mixed up. It was Dreadwing, yeah. And he is very, very nice. I tell you what I really like about him. I like all this kind of flashing on his head and also on his backpack, all that gold along there. He's still got all these, he's intact, if you get my meaning, ladies and gentlemen. He's a very, very nice little bot. Very, very sexy. Right, what I want to do is I want to very quickly transform the Banzai-Tron, the Hunt for the Decepticons Banzai-Tron, just so you can get a little kind of comparison shot. I'll be back in a second. Now, nobody could dislike this mold. It's just the fact that it was already a perfect bludgeon and it was repainted. To Banzai-Tron, it still looks good, and it's nice to have another good version of Banzai-Tron. This though, is the Banzai-Tron for me. Absolutely beautiful. Now, my idea for a repaint, like I say, it's someone who already looks very much like a Banzai-Tron, and fairly recent. Yes, very, very recent. Let me just grab this little guy here. And I love the mold. Absolutely love the mold. And I think a Banzai-Tron version of this guy would be fantastic. Anybody else with me here? A Banzai-Tron version, repaint of animated Waspinator. Now you can see it's very, very, very close to being there. I would just like this to be made official. He's got all this kind of real spiky stuff going on. Purple and green, absolutely got that in spades. The only thing he really needs is a little touch of grey. Yeah, just a little touch of grey. Something like that. Maybe a little weapon, although I don't think so. He's already got this stinger, you see, this is the thing. He could be a master of crystallocution, couldn't he? He really could. I think this would be really cool. I'd love to see it. So you could already say this was Banzai-Tron because they look very, very similar. But Botcon, are we going to see it? I don't think so, but it would be nice. It would make this reviewer very, very happy. Ladies and gentlemen, not long till Auto Assembly. I'm going to mention it every time now. I love this bot. He is, of course, Botcon Banzai-Tron. Extremely beautiful, extremely displayable, and a very nice addition to your collection. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Now that's what I call a robot in disguise. Thank you very much. Good night.